Mr. and Mrs. Be nice to each other. Mr. and Mrs. You gotta love one another.
Yes. No. Oh, I was just seeing what was on there, to be fair. Just seeing what was on there. I don't know what's left of the bloody... this StreamYard thing, I've got so much loaded on here that I don't know what's on there. I'll delete a load. There's Timmy Mallet. What's Timmy Mallet? Hang on.
Yours is your best friend, James. Here we go. Mass word association game where you must pause and make people want to say what like I want to make a show. Yes. All like this. Okay, all the most choices really coming against me. Now let's see some YouTube. Go.
That's good, isn't it? What else we got? Oh, the short-lived one episode of that. There we go, everyone. How we doing? Trilby Phil, the recipient. So people that don't know, we've got a community page on our community page. We've got a membership of the channel. People that pay £1.99 a month. Thank you so much for everything you do for us. And I put it on the community page. I had this free ticket to the members that they could get themselves a month's free beer thing with the beer company. And Trilby Phil, when he was the quickest one out there. So well done, Phil. Hope you enjoy your beer. Don't forget to cancel it at the end, because they can be notoriously difficult to cancel. Hugo, how are you? You come and have a chat? Here he is. How you doing? Where are you from? What are you drinking? You good boy? What are you up to? Jump. I love you too. Get away. Go on, go sort of. Get out of it. Go on, bug off. Don't worry. That's that broke. Get away. Go on. What are you doing? So, yeah, well done, Phil. Let us know what beers you get, mate. I hope they're good for you. Plugged in, yeah. I hope they're good for you, mate. And I've had some good stuff from the beer company. To be honest, the calendar, it lacked variety for me. I wasn't well for the whole of the Christmas period, and it was just a case of session IPA overload. So hopefully, whatever they send you is going to be top draw. Andy K, Wanda, Scott's going live. Wanda's cooking. She was going to. It was going to be called. You guys had a dump. No, it wasn't going to be called that. You right? What's wrong? You okay? What are you doing? Go see Wanda. Where's Wanda? Go see Wanda then. She's cooking. She's going to cook your dinner. It was going to be cool because Wanda and Leah were going to play Fortnite. I'm not interested in Fortnite, so I was going to call it Wanda's playing Fortnite on board, but she said that Leah hasn't been very well, so she's cooking dinner. She said, "Why don't you do live for an hour?" So shh. Wanda's cooking. What are you doing? Bloody dog. Christopher Boys, how are you, mate? Hope you're keeping well. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year. What, we're a week in. I have had, don't you knock that bloody cable out again, you. Yeah, I love you too. Go away. Don't you knock my cable out. Go away. Do you want a scan code? Yeah, take that. Don't play with that. Go on, let's go. Phil's had it now, you're fine. I didn't want it either. Was it rubbish? Was it rubbish beer? Leave this, don't I? What was I saying? Yeah, Happy New Year to you all. I have had a largely dry week. Got involved. Thank you to everybody that's commented, watched Thumbs up, thumbs down. There's been a few thumbs downs. Absolutely love that of the dry January video. Thoroughly enjoyed putting it together. And also, I'm just gonna make sure the fucking sound's all right because this is shite here sometimes. Yeah. And the personal nature of it, put some personal stuff in there as well. Thank you ever so much to my good friend Chris's Beer Reviews, who contacted me, sent me a lovely message on WhatsApp saying that he wanted to do a follow-up on his channel, and would I be against it? Why would I be against it? At the end of the day, I'll help anybody that I can. So if you haven't seen Chris's response to my video, go and give that some love, because it's a very, very good piece. He very kindly sent me an early copy so I could sort of comment on it. So I left a comment on there, and I think that me and Chris and whoever else wants to get involved, we might touch on the subject, not just dry January. I'm also looking to do a live with people that don't know him. Please go and support him. Nick from All Hail the Ale, who does a lot of alcohol-free stuff. So we're looking to put a live together, which will be an alcohol-free live, because I've done some alcohol-free beers this week, and I've quite enjoyed it, in all honesty. I have had a couple of beers today, so I'm back on the piss wagon. But I've enjoyed having a week off. I was very honest in that video. I could probably gone a bit further, to be fair, on the fact that I have struggled with alcohol over the years and used it as a sleeping mechanism. And luckily, I've managed. My Kindle now replaces the alcohol, so I use my Kindle. I read before I go to sleep. I can read. It's not just all pictures. And yeah, so I've been quite. I don't think it's anything to be proud about, but I've enjoyed the week. Actually enjoyed going out with Wanda and having a couple of beers today, because she's had a rough old week with things that go on here as well. So it's been nice. We've got I bought myself a new PlayStation 4 controller, so we're gonna have a nice playing the Lego Star Wars on the PS4 once dinner's ready. So out the way. So Christopher Boys, how are you, mate? How are you doing? Happy New Year to you. Beardy Beer Reviews, Brett. Again, if you don't subscribe to Brett and Beardy Beer Reviews, go and give Brett some love. Death by Cocktail. Hello, Graham. How are you? Hope you and Alison are keeping well. Chadio, how are you, mate? Happy New Year. Tommy McAllister. That bloody dog's gone mental again. Hope you are well, Scott. Unfortunately, stuck in bed with COVID again. Sorry to hear that, mate. I was rough. I didn't have the big C word, COVID, we can all say it now, over Christmas, but I did feel quite ill, fall quite ill with the deadly man flu. It wasn't the serious man flu that can kill you in minutes. Probably a lot of people would have quite liked that. But yeah, it knocked the shit out of me, mate. So I hope you're keeping well, mate. Sid Cannon, how are you, buddy? Cheers, Scott. I didn't know what you get. Yeah, just send me a message on WhatsApp. What comes through? I'll be fucking gutted if it's really good beer. I would have thought I'm going to use it myself, but I just thought it was a nice thing to give back to somebody that supports the channel. You were obviously the quickest, mate. So fair play to you. I'm not drinking. Got a proper man flu. Dead by morning. Definitely dead by breakfast. Boiling away. I need to get better by Wednesday, going out to restring both my guitars. Top man. I'm all good, Scott. Finished work for the week. Off for 3 days now. Lucky bastard. I had 10 days off over Christmas, to be fair. I mean, I felt like shit all the way through them. But me and Wanda had a couple of sofa days. We watched... we tend to binge watch stuff that all of a sudden will come into... Like, we watch... Has anybody seen Traitors? The Traitors, the game show on BBC One. We binge watched that. Are you all right, mate? Doing that? You take it in. Off your pop. Good boy. The Traitors on BBC One, which is just a game show. But we binge watched, I think it's like 12 episodes over 2 nights. Generally, me and Wanda were in bed by about 10 o'clock most nights, but we weren't going to bed till like 1 o'clock in the morning, having knocked the hell out of there. And then we watched Willow, on Disney, which is really good. Thoroughly enjoyed Willow. That was really good. Yeah, get well soon, Brett. Yeah, just horrible, mate, isn't it? Anybody drinking? What are we all drinking tonight? Anybody anything on anybody on anything fancy? What's something fancy? What have I had? I had a Alpha Delta IPA. Dave's watching Morse. I could never get into Morse. I know Dave's got BritBox. He's watched everything 3 times now on BritBox. He had about 2-3 days watching fucking hell is it? Tenko. And now he thinks he's in a bloody concentration camp or prisoner of war camp, whatever he was in. Bloody dog. Madry. Oh, hell, I know. You sent me a picture of it. Yeah, so yeah, we watched that The Traitors on BBC One. It's a great program. I know Wanda was telling June about it, so you should watch that, mate. Really, really good. Not drinking fancy stuff, just right. No, not drinking fancy stuff. Just drinking Ryan Backer from Aldi, watching the football. Who's on the football? Do you know what? I don't watch any football. You're gonna bugger off. Stupid dog. What do you read, Scott? Postman Pat. It's a bit level above me. That said, I can just about read. What's it? I was going to say Rod, Jane, and Freddie, but they're the people of a bloody rainbow, aren't they? Who's the Wanda? Who's the kids' books? Peter and John or something, isn't it? Oh, don't matter. Should be like that. I read horror books actually. I like a good horror story. I like Stephen King, Dean Koontz, and that's about it. I do like Stephen King and Dean Koontz book. I dropped my Kindle. I don't know if it's over there. Let me have a look. Bear with. Oh, here it is. So I had the first edition Kindle Paperwhite that seems to have it's had a bit of a scuffle with the floor. So Wanda very kindly bought me a brand new one, which is fucking brilliant. So I'm currently loving my new Kindle, which I read when I go to bed now. So I like a good horror story, and then I go to bed all shit scared. Take your Postman Pat fucking comment and go away. I'm having a weekend off the beer. It's hard as I have 2 cans of stout cider in the garage. Yeah. Do you know what? We went out. So we've been out. We went down the Brewers Tap in Milton for Wanda's had a shit week, and I've not had a beer since New Year's Eve. They're fucking focusing for. Focus on my fat ugly mug. And so we went off to the Brewers Tap. She had a couple, and I said to her, I'm gonna have an alcohol-free beer. She went, well, I'm not drinking if you're not drinking. I said, well, I am, but I'm having an alcohol-free beer. And I had a look at and they do a fair old range in the Brewers Tap of alcohol-free stuff. But I'm just gonna clean that camera. There we go. But they had a Mash Gang. Now, Mash Gang are really good for alcohol-free stuff, but it was £4.50. I'm like, I'm not paying that. So I ended up having a Daya pale ale called Headband, I think it was, and which was all right. Wasn't the best Daya beer I've ever had, and an Alpha Delta beer, which was very nice. And now I'm back to the Vice beers. I like a Vice beer. Actually, I'm hoping tomorrow. The people that have watched the reviews I've done with me and Dean have done. So go back in, not the back in time beers. That's the concept I need to get back to. But where we do some revisits, we're going to have a look at a couple of Vice beers, hopefully tomorrow. So there'll be one on my channel, one on Dean's, on mine and Wanda's channel, one on Dean's channel. So hopefully me and Dean can arrange that for tomorrow. He's picked them up, but he might be tied up until the afternoon. So they'll probably come next week. But yeah, I haven't had a beer all week, and I haven't fancied one, in all honesty. I'm having a couple tonight. We're gonna have What's the... Oh, yeah. Cheers, Dave. I'll get rid of that. What's the Boxing Day bonanza? Yeah, that's something in the corner. Hang on. Let's get rid of that in. Bum, 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 bum. How do I do it? It's up here somewhere, isn't it? Up there. Logo. Bosch. There. There you go. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Mr. Man with a van that's blue. Right, what have we got? I've lost all the comments now. Dave says, hi, Christopher. Sheffield Wednesday versus Newcastle. Well, Pompey are out of the cup, aren't they? I didn't even know they were playing, to be fair, until it flashed up on my phone. Did they lose to Tottenham today? Not unexpected. To be fair, Pompey sacked their manager this week. One of the nicest men in football, Danny Cowley. Just useless. Bit like me with a beer channel. Nice man, absolutely useless. Dave will put on a cunt or something. Christopher Boys, Sheffield Wednesday versus Newcastle in the FA Cup. Evening, Dave, on BBC One. Was Pompey on telly today, or was that just an early game? Again, not a clue. I was going to watch Ginger Tosser and Megaphone, but can't be doing with that much fiction. Ginger Tosser and is that? I'm taking that. That's Brewers Tap have added Full Circle Bruco, Duper, Double IPA, Looper, and Cloudwater Bruco. No, fucking. Sorry, it's just my Untapped going off. I'm assuming that's Harry and Meghan. He's just coming across as a bit of a bloody whinger, isn't he? I'm not being funny. The story he's told about him and William having a fight. They're brothers, aren't they? The brothers fight. The brothers push each other over and sort of shit like that. I don't get it. I think he's just coming across as a bit of a self-entitled tosspot at the moment. Dave says, I like to Sid. Andy K, have you heard of a brewery called Drop the Anchor? I've heard of. I'm sure you've mentioned Drop the Anchor to me many times, Brett, and it just goes over my head all the time. Again, Vibrant Forest are a brewery I don't think I've ever done on this channel. I've had plenty of their beers. I just, for whatever reason, the lighting's really shit in here. Oh well, here's what it is. Yeah, they're just a brewery I've never got round to putting on the channel, and I'll get round to that this year. John Whittaker, how are you, mate? How you doing? Hello, Blue Van Man. Happy New Year. He says, hello there, John. I have Brett and had nothing from them. Not had anything from them. Are they any good? Blue Van Man says, love your comments on Rumble. Ready to Rumble, Royal Rumble. All the same to me, mate. The big news for the wrestling fans, or not. Vince McMahon's back. Fucking amazingly. Just wormed his way back in. Incredibly. Thoughts, if you've got any, leave in the comments. Love your McDonald's wrap. I couldn't be bothered. With the McDonald's wrap. It was a choice between the McDonald's wrap or finishing off the and putting out the dry January video, and I took the executive decision to put the dry January video out because I thought it was just going to be better than another bloody McDonald's video. And I know Dave agreed that I just things like McDonald's and that have had their day a little bit. So I'm not going to be rushing out to buy anything anymore. I'll leave that to other people, I think, now. I start work with them next month. Oh, you're going to go work for Drop the Anchor. Fair play to you, mate. Nice to see. Mark Jones, hey up, Scott. I'm laid up on settee with a chest infection, shitty cough. Glass of wine as medicine. Well done, mate. Is it just the glass, or will you have more? Because if you're having medicine, I think you should be having slightly more, but in a responsible way. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Anyway, looks like you were on an allotment. It was. Probably wasn't an allotment. Dave's allotment. Blue allotment man. for fucking dog. I'm still howling at the videos where Hugo's arse makes an appearance. It's like he's laser sighted, mate. To be fair, that I go and sit in that shed. Obviously, it's a double door open shed. I don't know if anybody's actually fully seen it on the channel. If you want to see a video on it, I think I've done one. I've done a video on the. If you want to see a video, then let me know and I'll do one. But it's a double opening door on the shed. It's about I don't know, 10-meter walk to the back door. He comes out, and I swear to God, I sit. I put the camera, and obviously where it's dark, most of the stuff's done in the evening now. Don't review stuff in the morning. So I sit in the dark. I put the lights on, and he comes out and he looks at me and he thinks, "Ha ha, it's shit time." And then he'll come out and he'll go down the side of the shed. There's a bit of gravel, and then all of a sudden I get this waft that comes round, and you're like, "Thanks, mate." Just push you right off. It's not very. It's not, and they stink. It's not very nice. And he did it. When was it? Was it the video I put out yesterday? What I put out yesterday. Budvar. Sat there, all of a sudden, he's come out, trots out. I think, oh, I'll be fine. Goes around the side of the shed. Oh, here it comes. You right? Here he is. Look, talking the devil. And to you, Mark. Hope you and Vicky are keeping well, mate. What are you doing? Come up here. Come on, say hello. Up here. Come on. Say hello. My name's Hugo. Say hello. Say hello. Hugo. Get out. Go on, bugger off. Don't pull that. Go on, shift. Got to put up that. Happy New Year to you all. Hope you all had a nice New Year. New Year's resolution. Anybody doing dry January? In all seriousness, can you just mind your leg, buddy? All seriousness, anybody doing dry January? Say I'm having my first beer of the well, not the first beer. I had a couple of sips of that donkey shite, and I had some of the stuff that the Pondering Man sent me. That hit it chewy. And then I brought that in, and Wanda had that. So, and that's all I've had this week. I've done largely alcohol-free and low ABV beers, and I've only had like one if I've recorded it, and that's it I've had. And do you know what? I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been really nice having a little bit of a break. I'm hoping to do something with Chris's beer reviews around the whole subject of not just dry January, but alcohol, relationships, and things like that. I'm looking to do something with Nick from All Hail the Ale as well. So, plenty going on. So we've got Brett says pouring pints of possibly spent malt shovels. So general dog's body. But yeah, do you know what, mate? You're in the trade, and it can only be a good thing. So yeah, congratulations, mate. Brad Evans, how you doing, buddy? Oi, oi, peeps. Hope we all having a good weekend. Good to see you all, even the fat, ugly one. Fucking really? Come on. I call myself. She hates that. She said, "Well, you're not." I'm like, but if I call myself that, then then anybody else calls me it. It doesn't really matter, then, does it? So, winner, winner. Hope you and the gang are keeping well, mate. Sophie and the little one. Vibrant Forest are a bit samey now. I'm going to be really honest. I'm going to be quite controversial now. I like to be a bit controversial, but in my own way. I think a lot of breweries are. I think there's been plateaus hit with certain beers, and there's the innovation. For me, it's not a style I particularly like or understand. That's not true. It's not a style that I gravitate towards. But for me, the real innovation is in the sour beers. I think some of the stuff that they put into sours is incredible and clever and ingenious. And I know Staggeringly Good are bringing out a new Wrecker at the end of the month. Looking forward to seeing what that is. But I think IPAs. Do you know what? I've gravitated away from unless it's a West Coast, which I absolutely adore. New England hazy sort of IPA. I'm a bit done with for the time being. I know Staggeringly Good got a brand new New England IPA out next week. Must Go Faster. I'll pick that up. I like supporting local breweries. I'll stick it on the channel. But I have found myself, and I think it's probably the channel's fault as well as anything. Of a little bit burnt out by the beer. And I was speaking to Dean about this last week. Actually, I had a nice conversation with Dean this morning actually as well. But I've not missed beer this week at all. I've not missed the reviews or anything like that. I've enjoyed doing the alcohol-free ones, if I'm honest. It's something a little bit different. It's something I've not done before, and I think it's important that you keep yourself rolling along. Vibrant Forest a bit samey for me now. Dropped the ball first lockdown when they let two VIPs that kept that brewery together. Blimey. I know they had Pupa. I think it was Pupa on cask. I think it was down at the Brewer's Tap. I actually one of the best beers I've had wasn't from them, but it was from Fallen Acorn because I had Pompey Royal on tap. I think it was New Year's Eve, and that was fantastic. If you like an old traditional bitter, get on Fallen Acorn's website. I've actually found I've been going through reviews I've never released. They just get lost along the line where I record them, I do something else, and then I forget about them. So I've got a few of them. I've got a couple from the summer that I recorded, so they'll probably come out in the next couple of days. The one I stuck out today, actually, the Elusive Brewing beer, I did the beginning of the last month. And I've got one for Fallen Acorn. It's an imperial stout called something where the heart is, and it's fantastic. And we didn't do enough Fallen Acorn stuff on the channel last year. In fact, I don't think I did any. It's a bit of a trek to get there and back for me. So I'm hoping to sort that out this year and get a few more on the channel. I do a lot of Staggeringly Good stuff because it's easy for me to get to. I know Dave Eastwood from South Sea Brewing does some good stuff. Urban Island do some good stuff. So I'm hoping, and Mackie, who are another up and coming brewery in Pompey. So I'm hoping to get some of their stuff on as well at some point. Mark Jones says, my first day back on Monday. If I'm fit, better be for next week. My 50th and going away for where you going, mate? I'm happy. So if I don't speak to you beforehand, mate, happy 50th next week, mate. Hope you're feeling better and you managed to go away. Where are you going to? Anywhere nice? Next week, pint puller. Next year, head brewer. Exactly. You got to start somewhere, haven't you? Everyone's got to start somewhere. Hello, my name is Scott Chegg. My name Bend Over. My name Fill the Crack. You're one, are you all right? You're there. You're taking your tablets, John. Head brewer, more like head brewer's idea. You got to start somewhere, though, haven't you? Didn't they? I mean, entry is into it. You know, I think you've done well, mate. To be fair, let's say a lot of people who know the brewery locally have said I'm the kick in the balls he needs, as his brews are still home brewery. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had anything from Drop the Anchor. Don't know. It doesn't ring a bell with me. Hugo's an absolute diamond. He's not. He is. He's I'm a 47-year-old man, right? That's quite set in his ways. Wanda's a woman of a certain age that's quite set in her ways. We've taken on as a puppy that when we had him was, how old was Hugo when we got him? 3 months. 3 months old. and all that entails. And he's now 7 months old, and he's a pain in the bum, but he's a very loving bundle of fun, shall we call him. I almost got to a fight the other night, taking him for a walk, because he just wants to be everyone's friend. What are you drinking, Scott? I'm on Allendale beer, 77 IBUs. A bit, mate. Fucking yes, mate. Get the fuck in. More IBUs. I'm going to piss. If Dean's watching, I do apologise, mate. I'm on Franciscana. Because me and Dean are going to be having a look at this tomorrow to see if it's changed or anything. Probably giving it away, but I'm not going to say anything. And we're going to look at Patronus as well from Lidl. I've really got into my Vice beers because IPAs were giving me sort of indigestion and sort of acid reflux. So I went over to Vice beer about 2 months ago. I like Budvar was my go-to beer for a little while. Gone over to Franciscana, the occasional Patronus, and yeah, I just enjoy them. Like, what's your go-to? I'm going to do a video on go-to beers at some point because I think there's a market for that. I think people will be quite interested in that. What is dry January? Does it mean keep out of the rain? It's pissing down here. So unless you're good at dodging, then no. Yeah, so John keeps his umbrella up. My mate called his son Jack Daniels. Well, you've only got like David Bowie. He called his bloody daughter Zoe Bowie. Who was the other one? Frank Zappa called his daughter Moon Unit. But they went down when they're older. I've got a mate called Jack Daniels. Can't be the same person, surely. Yeah, it might well be, mightn't it? No, mate. It was his first and second name. No, mate. It was his first and second name. Jack Daniels. I'm confused. Doesn't take a lot these days, to be fair. Last few reviews you've done look like you're bored of the IPAs. I'm the same. I didn't think that come across, actually. I don't. Maybe it does. Maybe I am bored. Maybe I'm bored of my channel. Maybe I'll just give up now. It's really difficult finding. There's a real lack of, for me, right? There's a real lack of variation at the moment in a lot of IPA. Right. So it's his middle name. Thank you, Dave. Thank you for clearing up my confusion. Yeah, there's a real lack of innovation in IPAs at the moment. Same hops. I watched a really interesting video actually yesterday from the Craft Beer channel. I quite like the Craft Beer channel. I know Johnny can come across as a bit stuck up at times, but I think they're really interesting. He knows what he's talking about, and they were talking about the fact that the hop harvests are expensive now, and they're going to be using a lot of breweries are going to be using English hops like Jester and all those sort of things. And I found it really, really interesting. So hopefully that'll give us a little bit of variation this year. And the lagers are struggling for SARS hops and things like that, and they're going to be using Ella, which has got a slightly different profile to it. So that's going to be interesting as well. One of my favourite breweries, Unbarred, big champion of Unbarred. Obviously, they had 3 beers in my top 5 beers this year. Wanda told me that she saw that they're doing lagers this year. They should be fantastic. If anybody's going to, I know a lot of craft breweries shy away from lagers, properly made lagers, not the shit like fucking Stella that's brewed over about a day and a bit. So a proper conditioned. I can see you there, lovey. Shh! Don't tell Wanda. We're doing a live. Yeah, so hopefully that'll be good. Really looking forward to that. Yeah, so I'm not. Am I bored? Am I bored of IPAs, Wanda?
I think when you was poorly, it's just put you off a little bit.
Well, when I was poorly, it's put me off a little bit. I think that's very true. Pompey Royal is a cracking beer. My local has that on sometimes. They always seem to have Fallen Acre and Brewer's Folly. I really enjoyed the pint. I haven't had Pompey Royal for a very long time. And when we went into the Brewer's Tap on New Year's Eve, I wanted to see what you having. She said, "You don't fancy the IPA?" I'm like, "I really don't." And they had that on cask, and I had a pint of that, and it was lovely. It was really nice. Sid Cannon, thank you for watching our weird little channel. Still makes me, it's weird, isn't it? You know, it's I'm still what are we? We're 4 years in. We're 4 years in May, I think it is, sometime in May, and I didn't think we'd last 4 bloody weeks, let alone 4 years, and have like I don't know how many subscribers have we got. Let's have a look. I don't know. I've no idea. 3,700 exactly. And I'm very, I'm very pleased. I'm very honoured for a hobby, and it's always been a hobby. It's very, very lucky that sometimes my lady gets involved as well. You gonna come and say hello? Shh, she doesn't know we're live. You think I'm talking to Dave? Yeah, I can't remember when I wrote that. It was ages ago. Is that the that's on the about section of the channel, I think, isn't it? I can't remember, mate. You look 37. Well, you can't. I do if you squint. Drop the anchor, a mostly cask, bag in a box. He hasn't decided to can or bottle his beers as he's cracked under the demand of them. Oh, he hasn't decided. Cask and bag in a box. He hasn't decided to can or bottle his beers as he's cracked under the demand of them. I would. It depends on what's going to make the money, I suppose, mate, isn't it? Which way he goes on that one. Mark Jones says, going to a small place on the Wirral called Parkgate on the coast near Liverpool, staying in a boutique pub hotel, 4 or 5 pubs, 3 or 4 restaurants, and North Wales, sorry about that, not far away. So loads to do. Do you know what, mate? I hope you have a really nice time. We're still trying to book our honeymoon, because we're going to go away for our first anniversary one, aren't we? Try to. So yeah, we're looking to go away for our first anniversary in March. We just can't really agree where we'd like to go. Any suggestions? Suggestions in the comments. Bless you. It's all bless you. It's all the acid, fruit, and the beers that makes you ill. Oh, shut you fucking idiot. Alex Beer Master, how you doing, mate? Happy New Year to you. My go-to beer is probably Northern Monk Faith, another cracker. Excellent value and easy to get hold of. I haven't had Faith for ages. Didn't they? Bless you. Didn't they rebrand or rebadge it for the World Cup and then hike the price up for a box of 4 with England decals all over it, which I objected to. Mark takes a tablet every day for acid reflux. Interesting. More food reviews from Dave. Hello, Craig. How are you, mate? Parkgate is nice, Mark Jones, as are other parts of the world. Have I been to Liverpool? I think I went to Liverpool as part of my old job once. I used to work for Booker Cash and Carry many years ago. Oh no, here it comes. What do you want? Mind that lead, because if you bite that, you're going to go up in flames, pal. Right, take it over there. What's this? What's this one thing? Hello. We got hello. Go-to is either Rhinebacker. I've not had Rhinebacker for a couple of years. I know a couple of people said it changed. I know Paul's beer review said it changed. And I've got a feeling someone else said it. Is it gone back again? I've not had it. I don't mind Perlenbacker. We've got a Lidl's just up the road from us, so it's easy to Lidl, not plural, a Lidl up the road from us. They've got an Aldi up there. To be fair, I hate the queuing system in Aldi because you've got to be like a fucking cricket wicket keeper to keep track of the stuff that's just coming flying at you, trying to catch it with their little checkouts. So Carling don't drink much IPA and fruity and nutty stuff due to being allergic, and that's the thing. I mean, I'd have exceptions with you drinking Carling, Christopher, but you drink whatever you want to drink, whatever makes you happy, mate, in responsible way. Johnny from the Bar Craft Pitch has a sound guy in person. I mean, do you know what? What I like about it is he explains stuff in easy to understand form. And then you've got I can't remember the other guy's name now. He stands there like the buffoon, which makes me laugh. So yeah, Craft Beer channel, fantastic channel. Like bar beers and dark beers, Unbarred are an absolutely fantastic brewery. Very, very solid, capable brewery that do some really, really good stuff. Blue Van Man, can you do a live with Scott and Chris the Butcher? I'm sure that I'm not adverse to that. I'm sure there'll be something along the way at some point, mate. If there's more football, I'm sure that'll happen. Like I said to you, Scott, I'm a bit fed up of spending money on supermarket beers that all taste similar or disappointing. Our nearest bottle shop is about 25 miles away. Bloody hell, mate. I think that's it as well. I think predominantly I've been a craft beer enthusiast, shall we call it, for 5-6 years. Obviously, I've gone through most of the stuff that's in the supermarkets. Don't have a massive amount of money left over to spend on beer, so it's either that or the kids don't eat for a month. So I'm a bit worn out with the supermarket stuff. I'll pick up stuff that I enjoy from breweries that I know, like Elusive. I love Elusive Brewing. Easily in my top 3 or 4 brewery, probably my favourite brewery for last year, Elusive. You got Unbarred, staggeringly good. I picked stuff up from locally from Southsea Brewing, and it's a case of I've just seen your super chat, Mark. Thank you ever so much, mate. I'll get to that. Well, I've just seen it come up. It's difficult, and obviously we're all living to a budget. I've got an ex-wife who likes taking 308 quid a month off me, so for nothing. I have to balance that out with bills and everything else, and making sure that these guys are all right, as well as also having a beer here and there. And it's hard work sometimes. But yeah, I completely agree, Graham. I'm a bit burnt out of the supermarket stuff. As soon as they rotate their stock again, then the enthusiasm might kick back in again. Brad Evans, try Vorstein and Kronbacher are cracking beers, a step above Rhinebacker. Yeah, I mean, I'll say I can't really comment on the Rhinebacker bit, Brad, but I do know. I mean, Vorstein is an absolute belter, as is Kronbacher. John Whitaker saying hello to Graham. John Whitaker, what's your favourite type of light bulb? You don't get questions like that anywhere else. I'll have to give them a go. Yeah, they mate. I mean, Vorsteiners, and you can get that on. Is it still on the either 3 for a 5 or a 4 for 6 quid? It's fucking ridiculous. Christopher Boys says he'd give that a go. Christopher Boys, very nice lagers, mate. Smooth, can find them. Yeah, and in most Tesco's, Morrison's, Asda's, all major supermarkets. certainly Vorstein. I don't know about Kronbecker. The bulb that makes you see at night. Good answer. I'll have a look at the next couple of days. Brad, really appreciate it. Crazy Peanut, how are you? Haven't seen you for ages. How are you doing? Happy New Year to you, mate. Hope you're keeping well and all that. How far into New Year is it acceptable to keep saying Happy New Year to people? I just need to cut off. It's an absolute diamond, mate. Don't know why people don't get on with it. Oh, that's a whole video in itself, mate. Oh. I'm going to stay quiet. Yeah, thank you. That's a cracking comment, mate. Thank you ever so much. That's made me really chuckle. No, thank you. I'm going to stay quiet. Christopher Boys, no problem, matey. I'm a bit. That's really made me laugh. That's amazing. Christopher Boys, no problem, matey. I'm a big lager drinker. They're my favourite. Can't go wrong. They're. No, I'm going to keep my peace. Home or away holiday? We're looking to go away. Wanda's only flown once. I don't know if she got home. So I would like to go to. I'd like to go to Prague. Wanda would like to go to Disneyland. I don't think either will happen in the great scheme of things. I think. Where are we looking at, Wanda? The Canary Islands. Wanda, where are we looking at? The Canary Islands. Yeah, we're looking at sort of a 4-day break in the Canary Islands. I think is what we're actually going to look at. We've got a certain amount of money from the wedding, from the very nice people that came to the wedding. We said, look, we've got a house. Everything. If you'd like to contribute towards a honeymoon, and they did, very, very kindly. So we've got a pot of money for that, and I think we're looking ahead for something like that, a 4-day escape in one of the Canary Islands somewhere, Prague. Yeah, happy New Year to you. Huh? Yeah, happy New Year to you, Alex, mate. Hope you're keeping well. I know, cool. Hello, Joey. No, that's funny, bro. I know a guy named Alex the Beer Master, who lives in the USA. I don't think Alex lives in the USA. He might do. I don't know. Same here, Brad. I'm a big lager drinker. I don't mind a lager. Do you know the biggest proponent of lager in the beer YouTube community? I'm not going to call him Beer Tube because I hate it. Is Dean. Absolutely loves a lager and a pilsner. Come the summertime, does loads of them. And if you don't subscribe to Dean, pop over and give him a channel because he's fucking brilliant. Mark Jones, thank you ever so much, Mark. Thank you. I think you've probably gone now. I do apologise. Right, I'm off, going downhill faster and another winded. It's not wine, it's medicine. Watching footy before bed. Have a great birthday, mate. Thank you ever so much. Thank you for the money, for the super chat, pal. I'll get about £2.20 on that. Have a lovely time with Vicky. Hope it all goes all right and you enjoy yourself. And speak to you very soon. There's Wanda coming in then. Crazy Peanut. Beer is well overpriced. I have a few bottles a week and it's gone, then pay out too much for another box of it. I alluded to this on the Dry January video where I went into some of my personal relationship with beer, where when I started this channel up, obviously I started this channel predominantly to take the piss out of Wanda. I've been very honest about that. And the fact that she hated beer. She likes a beer now, so winner. And Dean will back this up because the amount of times I say I've bought this for review. Man in the Shed talking about beer. If you want to call that a review, absolutely fine. And then he'd say, "When's it? Have you done?" Oh, no, I drunk it. And it was constant. And then Wanda would be like, "Have you? No, I've just drunk it." And it's just I spent a lot of money on beer that I was supposed to review, and people think that you're a YouTube millionaire. People use this term, YouTube millionaire. It doesn't work like that. You need thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions and views and subs and to make a decent living out of this. I've got a proper job that pays the bills, looks after these, keeps me out, ex-wife in the living that she's become accustomed to. It is what it is. Any cheap recommendations for good beer for a uni student? What type of beer, Mr. Crazy Peanut, do you enjoy? IPA? Do you like lager? Do you like stouts? And we can head you in the right direction. Hello from the Scottish beer community. My good friend, he's a man I've been trying to do a live with for many years. Mr. Danny McFadden, so fucking drunk, is a part of the Scottish beer community. It's a Papa Windy, which is a frankly phenomenal name. Happy New Year. Hope you're doing well. Usually I go with 4 beers a night. By the end of the week, it's gone. I haven't. Do you know what? I rarely. I pick up a couple of Franciscanas, or a couple of Patronus. I'll have them, and I'm happy. I'm good. You know, it's. I've just seen Dave's comment. Yeah, I'm going to leave what I want to, what I could talk about for a live that I'm going to do with Chris's beer reviews, because I think it's I delved slightly into my relationship with beer. What the fuck have I done here? And I could go a bit further, but Chris is a nice guy. Actually, me and Chris, and people that don't know this, me and Chris's beer reviews and Wanda. So me, Chris, and Wanda were born in the same hospital in Edgware in London. Wanda was born a certain amount of years. I'm not going to give her age away, because that's not very fair and not very not chauvinistic. That's a horrible word. Whatever the word I'm looking for is. After me and Chris. Me and Chris were born in the same hospital. He was born the day before me, so he's 1 day older than me. Is Chris's beer reviews? Who knew? But a lovely guy, and I'm hoping to do a live with him either this month or next month, touching on the stuff around dry January. Trying to say it's horrible, isn't it? Dry January and relationships with beer. And if any other YouTuber is interested in beer reviewer is interested, then message me, and we could discuss it and maybe do a whole thing around it, because I think it's quite an interesting subject. Eddie, again, Eddie, the Hop House. Go give Eddie some love. Great little channel. Only got about 150 subscribers. Go and give him a sub and a watch, because I'm all about promoting people, just nice people, you know, that it's easy, isn't it? You're mad. Madry has everything you need except fucking flavour. Just watching the football and getting ready for DJing later. Where are you DJing, Eddie? Where are you based anyway? January the 30th, if you can stop saying New Year. I don't say Happy New Year after the 2nd. Nothing to be happy about. That's another shit year. Blue Veil Man, how is the new project coming? The new project, Dave? What's going on with my head? Go to the British Virgin Islands. Wanda? Google the British Virgin Islands. Huh? Disneyland, no. Joey says Disneyland is horrible. She loves it. Better off going to the Falklands Islands. Should we go to the Falklands? No. Probably take you 4 days to get there and back. we could go Lapland. We could go bloody Lapland in it's magical, not in fucking January, it isn't? We could go self-catering in Falkland Islands. Everyone's a winner. Look at. Have all you gone? Look at the Costa in Tenerife, mate. Used to go all the time. Upmarket, clean. We're not upmarket. We ain't gonna fit in there, mate. He lives in America. Alex has a life-size bald eagle tattoo that says "Freedom for All" on his back. He spent $37,450 on it. That cannot be true. That cannot be a true fact. You're a trip, Joey. Scott. You are a millionaire. If only, mate. If only. Undercover millionaire with that beard. I'm hoping there's fucking £1 million under it, to be fair. And about a fiver would do at this minute. If you're a fiver under it. Millionaire, if only. I might try to give it away, won't I? Anything really not too dry, not too malty. Supermarket beers. You can get there's some really decent supermarket beers. Fucking Franciscana. One of the best supermarket beers you're going to get. Vice beer. You've got, if you're looking, Brad's hit on it. Vorsteiner, Kronbacher. If you like a decent lager, stroke sort of German style lager. You've got, if you're looking at IPAs, oh Jesus. In Tesco at the moment, I don't even know what's in Tesco at the moment, if I'm honest. Morrison's, a couple of Polly's beers in Morrison's, they're pretty good. About £3.50 a can. You got there's a Mosaic one in there. You got another hazy pale ale. If you like a nice stout, again, you're looking at anything from Northern Monk, or you've got the old traditional stuff. You've got Citra from Oakham Brewery. You've got Adnam's Ghost Ship. There's so much. If you turn your back on the crap that's macro, and it's going to cost you a little bit more, but there is some good stuff there. Madry, you know, I have a laugh and joke about Madry. Madry's all right, you know. We go up to the coaching horses in Portsmouth. There's fuck all else to drink. I'll have a couple of pints of Madry. It's a nice enough knockback beer. It's from that little Spanish enclave, Burton upon Trent. But it's nice. I haven't got a problem with it, to be fair. You won't make millions on YouTube. YouTube is there's I want to do a video actually about YouTube because I think they're killing their own platform. They're killing. Cheers, Mark. They're killing their own platform with their adverts. When you're a monetized channel, you have the option of what adverts you put on your videos. I put sorry, Dave's just messaged me. It's all right, mate. I knew you liked Madry. Madry's all right. You have the option of what you put advert wise on your channel. So you can put it any length you want it to be. You can put it at the front, you can put it at the back, you can put it in the front, the back, and the middle. You can put anything like, you can put skippable, non-skippable, anything like that. I just put the absolute basic on our channel, and it still fucking floods with adverts. I just don't get it, and I think they're killing. But I don't want to sit through fucking 30 seconds of adverts, and I wouldn't expect you guys to sit and want to sit through 30 seconds of adverts. So that's why I don't put them on there. And I don't get it. I think they're killing it. And they were saying that they're going to go up to 40 seconds. I mean, fucking come on. YouTube is the portal to the game in which you need to play to influence. Kev, how are you, mate? Happy New Year. Hope you're keeping well, brother. Tried IPAs a few times, mainly from LD. Stop immediately. They ain't proper IPA. Don't pick anything up from Aldi. Anything from the Hot Foundry, anything like that. Bin. Stick it down the sink. Don't even buy it. Don't pick it up. Go to either, if you can get to Morrison's or Tesco or there's some half decent stuff in Asda, but don't be picking shit up in Aldi or behind bargains or anything like that, because generally they're rubbish. Is Wanda 40? No. Mainly beer and Coke all the time at uni before going out. Interesting. I live in Telford, Shropshire. Oh, Telford. Okay, right, okay. I DJ at a bar called Albert Shed in Telford. They have live bands on first, and we DJ, play house music once a month. Really enjoy it. Sounds great, mate. House music is my thing. I'm a rock dude, but whatever you enjoy, it obviously works for you, pal. So all good. And I like your channel. I don't comment often, but I do watch quite a lot of it. Don't listen to me for vacation advice. I paid cash money to Wakefield. Brilliant. Once I get $1 million, I'm going to pretend to burn it for views. That'd be a good video, wouldn't it? That'd be really good. Vocation and Life and Death is a great too. That's changed. It's changed a lot. I like the 7th anniversary style. They the slight different takes on them. They did in July last year. I think I put the gold edition in the top 10 beer review. Was it number 8? I think it was number 9, number 8. It was great. But for me, I know a couple of people have said this, and it's still. I'm not saying it's crap by any stretch of the imagination, Brad. I think they've changed it a little bit. R. Morrison's of Sierra Nevada Pale Ale at £2 for the little cans. Sierra Nevada is a cracking beer. If that was on the 4 get 1 free, I'd be loading up my trolley for that. It's one of the best original beers. And when you talk about granddaddy and pioneer beers and beers that started revolutions, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale is right up there, and it hasn't really changed over the years. It's an absolute belter of beer. As is, if you've not tried it and you can get hold of it, get the Torpedo. Me and Dean did that when he was down for the weekend with his good lady. Torpedo is a fucking wonderful beer. Even now, anything you pick up, well, saying that I picked up that Dankful, that was horrible. Like fucking Horlicks in a glass. Crazy Peanut. IPA wise, you can't go better than Life and Death in most supermarkets. Love and Hate is okay. Me and Dean did that recently again as a look back video. That's not been ruined by price or anything like that. So that's completely acceptable. I get less than $5 a month on adverts. It's not worth worrying about. The money is in super chats and channel memberships. I don't disagree with that. The revenue that you pick up from YouTube, it doesn't pay for my channel monthly. I'm out of pocket most months. So these people that think, oh, you're making all this money off of YouTube. Oh yeah. YouTube adverts bring money. It's pence. Love and Hate is quality. No sign. I can't remember when me and Dean did it. It wasn't that long ago. We took I think it was the first look back video we had a look at. It's still cracking. It's not been ruined by price point. Like there's one beer I want to get to, and it's the beer that started all this off with me and Dean. But I refused to buy it in a 4-pack. if I can get it as a single, I will do, because it is a beer that has changed massively since they originally released it, and not for the better. If you want to make money from YouTube, more adverts. I don't want to flood my channel with adverts. I'm not interested. It's not about money, John. The more adverts make more money for YouTube and Google. So, like Mark earlier, very generously gave £4.49. Get a fraction of that. A lot of it goes to Google, so we don't see. I think they take 33% of that, something like that, which is fine. I don't do it for money. And thank you ever so much for Mark for giving that. But it's ridiculous. It's their platform; they can do what they like. The only decent beer available in both Home Bargains and B&M is Flex by Siren. Actually, my favourite Siren beer. I don't know if I had Flex. Doesn't ring a bell, to be fair. But just going to mute my mic to see. Okay. Yeah, it's not one that rings a bell with me, Eddie. To be fair, I'll have to look at that. Super Jacks 99. Happy New Year. How you doing? Wakefield originally. You paid to go there. Hello. Hang on a minute. Tell Hop House the peanut butter one. Have I got to that comment yet? Home Bargains. Oh, yeah, Tailgate Brewing. Their peanut butter stout. If it's still there, it's an absolute belter. I have a good buddy there. I was visiting. Love the place. Yeah, Life and Death has definitely changed when they did the rebrand. Yeah, the rebranding. So what they did was, with the way I see Life and Death is, when they rebranded it, before they did the rebrand, they never listed the hops that was in Life and Death and Love and Hate and the majority of their beers. They rebranded. They started putting the hop build in on their cans, and I think something changed with that, and it became, for me, very Citra heavy, Life and Death, and it never was before, and it was very strange. It came out of nowhere, and it might have even been Mark Jones that or Sid Cannon. I remember someone saying, and the other beer that changed enormously from Vocation was Roll With It. Roll With It became a completely different beer. Obviously meeting price points and margins and etc. But yeah, it's not a beer if you're going to pick up a supermarket beer as a new release, get it quite quickly, because they tend. Hello, you're right. They tend to change over time, and there's one in particular that I want to pick up and do with Dean, but I don't want to pay for 4 of them, because I've had a box where 2 are all right and 2 are shit, and 1's okay, 3 are shit. And I would like anybody guess what that beer is. I'll give you £1. I won't. I ain't got £1. But if you can guess that beer, then put it in the comments, because it's the beer that's changed the most in a supermarket for me. The Vocation Bar in Leeds has shut just before Christmas. Was the best craft beer place in Leeds at the Assembly Underground. Don't know why. I very rarely have a bad beer from North. Was it Vocation? Sorry, Vocation. They do struggle. I've got a bottle of the Mint Imperial Barrel Aged Stout out in the shed. It's been there since before Christmas. Wanda bought it for me. I reviewed a bottle, which was really good. I had another bottle that was really bad, had no mint in it. And I actually watched Chris's beer review where he didn't get it. He's like, "There's no mint in it." I'm like, "How the fucking hell are you not getting mint in that? It's abundant. It's a really nice minty flavour to it, not toothpastey." And then I had this other one. I was like, "Oh, get it now." And I got one out then. I've been put off having it because I thought I've had 2 bottles now. One, and there was salt, some ECAP was like that, really inconsistent. And it just puts you off because you're spending a lot of money on these beers, and what you want is a little bit of consistency from them. Scott, do you ever drink cider? Not I don't mind. I don't mind a pear cider, John. And occasionally in the summer, I'll have a Magners. But apart from that, mate, Wanda's the cider drinker. But even then, she's not a massive cider fan these days. How about you? I may pick up some Sierra Nevada Porter. You're just showing off, Kevin. You showing off, mate. Okay, I've got about 5 minutes and I'll be gone. So thank you so much for joining me. Before I kill my channel, I want to make my own lager. In times of life or death, it was always Citra and Mosaic. At New Year, I picked up a 440ml can from Morrison's. So it said Citra, Mosaic and Simcoe, so more hops. So they've added the Simcoe to it. Interesting. For me, it just came across as just overly Citra heavy on certainly the last few cans that I had of it. Oh, sorry, I'm just taking you off the screen, Brad. Blue Bear Man, that would be class. What would you call it? Moonface Lager. Absolutely perfect. Oh, the Vocation Bar had 6 to 7 street food vendors. That sounds fucking brilliant, to be fair. So it seems a bit of a shame that they've closed it down for whatever reason. It's easy to make a lager. It's the wait time that sucks. Exactly. It's just making. Hello.
Hello. You all right?
Yes.
Hello,
This is Wanda. She didn't know I was in a live, but she did really.
You was hiding.
You didn't already, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Let me just clear these comments up. Yeah, so obviously you look at things like Stella, and they call themselves lagers, but they're conditioned in like a day, whereas a proper lager is done over weeks. So they're not proper lagers at all. I'm going to make an unscribe lager, a beer that has an aftertaste so bad it will make you pass out and unsubscribe for the channel. I'd try that, Joey, to be fair. True Sharky, I'd love a brewery to do it, but with me, but doubt it will happen. You want to make a lager? I could probably make that happen with someone, mate. It was Rolvit that I found about. Yes, and I know the yeah. Thank you, Sid. And the don't talk to Sid about the Kirsch stout because he gets a bit huffy. No, you're not a fan of lives, mate. Not sure what I'd call it. Something like offensive, like woke quality. Jamie C, how are you, mate? Happy New Year. David Thompson, the northern correspondent of our channel. Thank you ever so much. Happy New Year to you, pal. I had the same experience with the Vocation mint stout. One was outstanding, the other was good. Dark chocolate without the mint. Yeah, mine was the same. The second one, mate. To be fair, what's for dinner? We're having shashlik chicken. I can't remember what it is. To be fair, it's shashlik chicken. It's from Wanda. Does a lot from the Pinch and On books, and we picked the chicken up. She's not actually the chicken because, like Rocky, it's quite hard to fucking pick up. But yeah, shashlik chicken. Google it. I ain't got a clue what it is. Can't remember. David Thompson got a doctor's note. Mark Jones Vocation relocating. Interesting. Chris the butcher had baked potatoes last night. I hope he enjoyed them. I'm brewing a Pilsner right now. Baked potatoes. Shark, you should do Lucky Charms Porter. Dave's off to watch Morse. I'm off to have my dinner as I am starving. Quick hour and 10-minute live. Thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate the interaction. Hang on, what we got here? Take care, Dave. Trigger was murdered in Morse last night. Pack it in YouTube, then BAVM is complaining and well, just knob off then. Someone block him. Square table generates. Joey, it will happen, brother. Let everyone enjoyed that. Good night, all. Everyone, have a great rest of the weekend. Stay safe. Drink some good beer. Be sensible. Be responsible. And me and Wanda. See you very soon.